In this video, we're going to dive into the real reason holes appear at the top of running shoes, along with ways you can prevent them so you can save money not needing to replace expensive shoes due to premature wear and tear. Welcome back, Run Smarter Scholars. Today we are investigating the phenomenon that is holes in the top of running shoes. And luckily, this doesn't happen to me, but I have had these shoes donated for demonstration purposes, and I do know it plagues a lot of runners. It's well known that these holes are being produced by the toes extending, particularly the big toe extending within the shoe, and it's just rubbing along the inner mesh. And previous suggestions that I've come across involve applications of moleskin inside the shoe, changing the stitching or cutting your toenails, and also blaming the shoe, like the shoe needs a wider toe box and it's an incorrect fitting, you need to go half a size up, or changing the laces, those sorts of things. But I find it hard to believe it's the shoe's fault. This happens to only a few select runners, and out of these few select runners, it seems to happen in more than one pair of shoe. So why aren't we focusing on the person, in particular how they're running and how they're walking and the strategies they're using that might cause these holes? Well, we have two main muscle groups that actually lift the ankle. And the first is the tibialis anterior, which inserts onto the foot itself. And we can call this group 1. But interestingly, there are two other muscles also responsible for dorsiflexing the ankle, which we can call group 2. These are the extensor hallucis longus muscle and the extensor digitorum longus. However, these muscles don't just attach onto the front of the ankle. Instead, they continue along the top of the foot and insert into the toes. So put simply, muscle group number 1 solely lifts the ankle, and group number 2 assists in lifting the ankle, but also extending the toes at the same time. So my theory is that group 1 is either weak, or group 2 is somehow becoming the primary mover in those who produce holes in the top of their shoe. And if my theory is correct, this will lead to the toes extending more often when running and walking, which would result in holes in the top of the shoe no matter what shoe you have on. Because this is just my theory, I want to hear your opinions. Share your experience in the comments section. If you are getting holes in your shoes, is it a certain type of shoe? And is it multiple shoes? Just let me know. If my theory is correct, the solution involves strengthening the tibialis anterior or retraining the muscles to dorsiflex without excessive toe extension. So I have 3 exercises that you can try out, but before I go into that, I want to remind you that every video I create is designed to help you train and run smarter. If that's something that interests you, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Okay, let's dive into my 3 best exercises. Exercise number 1 involves dorsiflexing the ankle with a resistance band. You can do this 3 sets of 12 on each side every day for 2 weeks. Make sure you keep the band around the top of the foot and dorsiflex the ankle without extending the toes. Otherwise, this defeats the purpose. To progress this, we can move on to exercise number 2, which involves strength in a more functional position. We do this by marching on the spot with a resistance band, again 3 sets of 12 on each side every day for 2 weeks. After these first 2 exercises, we can then progress to barefoot walking and gait retraining, which you can do by just filming yourself and observing the ankle motion and the toe action. Practice lifting the foot without excessive toe extension, particularly during the mid-swing phase and at initial contact. You can then progress to walking in shoes and then eventually into running. With enough practice and repetition, the correct muscles will get stronger and the muscle strategy will change. If you found this video useful, please do me a favor and hit the like button. If you want to continue raising your running IQ, keep an eye out for any future videos. I look forward to reading your experiences and your thoughts on this particular topic.